What is going on, guys? It is your boy Bio2k, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on basically what my team is going to be looking like for round number 3 of the 250k qualifiers tournament. That was all sorts of wrong, but we're going to roll with it. You get what I'm saying, you get what I mean. Now, this video is going to kind of help you guys out in a way, I think, because it's going to kind of give you guys an understanding about what you should be doing for your team and, how to, design your team and maybe even kind of give you an idea of a good play style or whatever that you think, that could help you out. But yeah, again, the main point of me making this video, though, is because I do want to show you guys how I'm making my team and how it could kind of reflect on what you guys are doing for your team. So let's start off with my point guards. Now, right away in that starting point guard position, you did see I put Curry there. In my backup position, I'm going to be putting in Derrick Rose. Now, the reason why I'm not putting in a guy like Magic, I will get to in just a second here. So again, first two slots here, both being point guards. Curry and D Rose are two of the best point guards in this game. I mean, honestly, you still can argue that they are the two best point guards in this game. Galaxy Opal Baron Davis has officially been obtainable. As of right now, I do not have him. I actually am short by Allen Iverson, so we don't got to talk about it. We're just going to keep rolling with what we got. But like I said, the reason why I like them is because these are two point guards that fit my playstyle perfectly. They have great jump shots in the game, really easy to green, and both of them have an all-around just plethora of badges and stats that are really solid and really helpful to have on your point guard. So again, point guard being Steph Curry, he is obviously going to be more of a shooter. Point guard off the bench being Derrick Rose, he is obviously going to be more of a slasher, but also has that shooting ability. And Curry also has that ability to attack the rim and dunk on people because it's 2K21 and welcome to 2K. Now, in my starting shooting guard position, we do have Dwayne Wade. Off the bench, we are going to be putting in Jaylen Brown. Now, when I first got Dwayne Wade, a lot of people freaked out at me being like, oh my God, you said that you were not going to start him. I didn't realize how good this Dwayne Wade really was going to be. Now, when I say that, I already knew the stats, I knew the badges, and honestly, for my playstyle, I did think he was going to fit in more off the bench for me. Now, there is a chance that he could be the replacement for Derrick Rose very soon. I'll kind of touch up on that again in the future. But as of right now, he is going to be in the starting 5 next to Stephen Curry. Him and Jaylen Brown fit that very solid role. They both have showtime. They both have the ability to shoot the ball from limitless range. And more importantly, they both fit in that slasher role that kind of blends well with what my point guards are mainly used for. And also, my favorite thing that they're going to be used for is knocking in some wide open corner threes. A lot of what I like to run on offense is that 5-out style offense where mainly I am attacking with Curry, trying to get that open look in the corners or just finishing it for an easy layup. So it's really important to have a guy in your shooting guard positions here and also in your small forwards, which we'll talk about in just a second. Having those guys that can knock down those wide open jump shots is really crucial. I played my first unlimited game in a week today to actually get Rip Hamilton, and I actually won the game by 35-40. And Dwayne Wade had 19 or 20 points, all off of wide open jump shots and stuff like that. Really was clutch for me there. And then you guys already know the deal. Jaylen Brown, super easy to knock down jump shots with as well. So in my starting small forward position, I am going to be using Cam Reddish. Now, again, this is where I'm going to kind of okay. Anyway, this is where we're just going to start, kind of changing things up a little bit. The reason why is because Cam Reddish is really solid for me. I love his release. I love just this whole card in general. It is basically a free Paul George. Well, not a free, but you guys know what I mean. It's a cheesy, somewhat free Paul George that you can have on your team. 100% recommend still getting him. A bunch of people keep asking me if it still works. Again, it's not a glitch. It's going to work no matter what you do. So he's going to fit in the starting lineup because I do like to run my starting lineup a little bit differently than I normally run my bench. So at my starting 4 and 5 positions, we do have Draymond Green and Blake Griffin. The reason why is because this starting lineup is just all around great for me. I know every single person's release in this starting 5. I could sit here and close my eyes and green shot after shot with all 5 of these. I know the releases. I know where they can shoot from. I know where they can't shoot from. I know their hot zones. I know their cold zone. Well, not cold zones, but you guys get the point. I really like running the starting 5 because they're all versatile as well. I guess technically outside of Curry, all 4 of these guys can switch on to 1 through 5, and it is very nice to have a team like that. But more importantly, they are very good offensively. When I run this starting 5, there's not really a whole lot of games where when I take them out, I'm not winning by at least 10 or 15 already. So when this starting lineup does come out the game, and my bench unit comes in, I like to focus on more of a defensive-minded thing. off, the bench. So right away, Derrick Rose, he's going to be that guy that, again, carries the offense for me. I do have Jaylen Brown. That's obviously a great wing defender. Now, in this spot, I used to use a guy like Elgin Baylor. Elgin Baylor was really solid for me. I really like him, but he's just not going to cut it anymore. I'm going to go ahead and use a guy like George Gervin. He gets some really good glitchy defensive animations, and more importantly, he's just a really good slasher, and I really like his release as well. So he's going to kind of play into what that Cameron Reddish role is. But this is something that you guys will never really see me do, like literally ever. I mean, I never use a dual big man setup. However, Wayne Embry, way too good to not be on the team. And also backing him up is going to be Dwight Howard. When I say backing him up, I kind of mean just in that front court with him. These are two very good bigs. Now, Wayne Embry does fit that Draymond Green style role where he can do just about everything. But again, I really like what he provides off the bench for me. He's going to be like that pick and roll, pick and pop kind of guy that I can run, similar to what I do with Steph Curry and Blake Griffin. So off the bench, you guys can kind of see how I'm running this a little bit differently. Now, in these last three spots, if it was like unlimited, I wouldn't even touch these spots. But because it is the qualifiers, you never know when somebody's going to get hurt, and you never know when you're going to need somebody else. So the first sub spot, I'm going to be putting in Connie Hawkins. He is a great, free budget version as to what, Draymond, Giannis, Josh Smith, those type of guys, where he'll play that 4 position and be really good, providing really good defense. Like, say I'm getting 5 outed, or I'm getting off-balled way too much, and Dwight Howard isn't cutting it. He can easily play that 4 spot, and I can put Wayne Embry in at that 5. Now, also, another thing is Dave Cowens. Dave Cowens is really good. I really like his jump shot. He can do just about everything as a big man. He can pass, he can shoot, he can rebound, he can play defense. Again, if I'm getting off-ball too much and I need a better center to come in the game, that is where he will, slide in and fit that role. Now, this final spot, that is just not what I meant to do. This final spot right here is going to be my backup guard position. I do really recommend doing this. Now, in this spot, this is probably where Baron Davis would go if I had to guess. But for now, I am going to put T-Mac there because T-Mac is just, you guys know, I love T-Mac. He kind of carries me sometimes and whatnot. So that is why I'm putting him there. Now, this is where I'm going to kind of talk about the biggest thing when it comes to playing in qualifiers, playing in tournaments, playing in competitive games and stuff like that. Play to your advantage. Now, the reason why I say this is obviously Magic is, a top point guard in this game. He is absolutely insane. He's 6'9". He's got that ability to just do everything you need. He can shoot. He can play defense. He can rebound as a point guard. He can post up opponents' point guards or opposing point guards. Everything you need him to do, he can do. But he does not fit my playstyle. I could run him now. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I can't use him because if you guys can see here. I'm going to back out of this team for a minute, and I'm going to take a look. Oh, no, I haven't. That was a different thing. It was actually my squad that I used for Rip Hamilton. But since this is my 12-0 team, I'm going to kind of show you guys what I would actually do now. So now, taking a look at this team, this is something that I would probably run for unlimited, where I have Magic in that starting point guard position. I have Curry right next to him, fitting that nice little shooting guard role, and then off the bench, Wade just plays that Derrick Rose style, thing, and so on and so forth. This is really good, but for me, if I'm in a competitive game, the number one thing that I think people overlook when it comes to playing in tournaments and stuff like that is icons and knowing who is at what spot. There is no way I will be able to put Curry at the 2 and, know that that is where, Curry is going to be. So I like to run this because, say this Derrick Rose, say that was Magic. I really wouldn't have, for me and my playstyle, I really wouldn't have offense off the bench, and that's just not something that I want to do, especially when it does come to qualifiers. If you guys do want to know, playbooks don't matter this year. You can just set up a freelance, and that'll be that. And then finally here, my coach is going to be Frank Vogel. He is the best coach to me in this game. I mean, obviously, there are better coaches if you take a look at the market here. There's obviously a bunch of coaches that you can, still take a look at, but they're just way too expensive for me. Nick Nurse is probably the best coach in this game, but as far as stats wise, but he's look, he's a $100K bid. It's just not worth that. You know what I mean? It's really just not worth it. You can kind of look at an Eric Spoelstra. You can look at Popovich, a Brad Stevens, but the only Amethyst coach that you're going to find useful is going to be Mike D'Antoni. And he's not even, okay, there's one, but again, 100K bid. So really, you just want to take advantage of having a Ruby coach that provides what you need, and it's going to help you out and win a lot more games. So I hope this video did help you guys out. This is going to be the squad that I'm going to be using. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to kill the like button if you guys did enjoy. And yeah, peace.